Poor Burt Ward. Truthfully, folks, I don't know what else to say. With the addition of Yvonne Craig to the cast of the classic Batman TV series from the 60s, it became apparent that the producers of that show really did not hold Burt in the highest of regards. And it's my contention that he wasn't treated as fairly as he could have been. Why do I say this? Well, give me a few minutes and I'll do my best to explain. But first, let me state for the record that I have really enjoyed following Burt Ward's career. Thankfully, most of his work, aside from a few direct-to-video B-movies, have been related to Batman, and that's the way it should be. What once appeared to be the proverbial curse of typecasting is now something that continues to provide a livelihood for Burt. Worth mentioning are the two recent animated Batman movies featuring the late Adam West and Burt's voice work. If you haven't seen these flicks, well, you've got some homework to do tonight. They're so much fun. Plus, you've got the always lovely Julie Newmar providing the voice of Catwoman as well. And while brief, I've got to say that Burt's appearance a few years back on the CW miniseries Crisis on Infinite Earth as an older Dick Grayson was also terrific fun to see. So clearly, I think it's fair to say that Burt has benefited greatly in terms of notoriety from his time donning the yellow cape of Robin the Boy Wonder. But still, there is one injustice that occurred while making Batman that I think probably bugged Burt, at least just a little bit. As I said earlier, this slight had everything to do with the addition of Yvonne Craig as Batgirl during that show's third season. Yvonne was the producer's secret weapon against the most vile of all villains, sagging ratings. As the dynamic daredevil Ms. Craig accomplished most everything that the producers hoped for. She was beautiful and sexy, check. She was smart and intelligent, check. She was a positive role model for young girls everywhere, check and mate. I won't lie, folks, as a young boy I had a huge crush on Batgirl. Yep, she was pretty much perfect. And unlike Catwoman, my other crush, she was on the right side of the law. That said, I was unaware of the pay discrepancy that was occurring on the set of Batman. You see, Yvonne was offered $1,500 per episode for the handful of moments that she appeared on screen during each week's adventure. Burt, on the other hand, well, he made less than a third of that amount, $450 per episode. And of course, Burt's screen time was often twice as much as Yvonne's. Now, part of me totally understands the producer's decision to offer Yvonne the amount that they did. You see, Batgirl wasn't her first role. In fact, prior to Batman, Yvonne starred with Elvis in 2 films, It Happened at the World's Fair and Kissin' Cousins. She also had guest starring appearances on shows like The Wild Wild West and The Man from U.N.C.L.E. And even though it was after Batman, I've got to mention her very memorable role on Star Trek in the episode Whom Gods Destroy, as Marta, a green-skinned Orion slave girl. Also worth mentioning for context is that Adam was paid $2,250 per episode during Batman's third and final season. While both Adam and Burt did get a slight increase from what they were getting paid per episode during seasons 1 and 2, it's important to remember that the show did away with the cliffhanger format that required 2 episodes per week, which essentially cut what both of them were making annually on the show in half. After Batman ended, Yvonne reprised the role of Batgirl on a public service announcement for equal pay for women. This is a cause that she would champion throughout her life. Let's watch the commercial, and then I'm going to share a couple of more thoughts.
A ticking bomb means trouble for Batman and Robin.
Holy, breaking and entering! It's Batgirl!
Quick, Batgirl, untie us before it's too late.
It's already too late. I've worked for you a long time, and I'm paid less than Robin. Same job, same employer means equal pay for men and women.
No time for jokes, Batgirl.
It's no joke. It's the federal equal pay law.
Holy act of Congress!
If you're not getting equal pay, contact the Wage and Hour Division, U.S. Department of Labor.
I just have to wonder what Burt was thinking while making this commercial, given the fact that he had made so much less than Yvonne on the show. But here's the deal. Burt is the kind of guy that maybe he just didn't let it bother him. It's entirely possible. No one but Burt really knows for sure. Despite only playing Batgirl for a single season on the show, Yvonne cherished the time in Cowl, Prior to her passing in 2015, she released a memoir about her time as Batgirl, as well as her entire career. I'd post a link to it on Amazon, but at this point, it's out of print and pretty darn hard to find. If you happen to stumble across a copy, snag it, give it a read, and then for heaven's sake, sell the darn thing on eBay. As I mentioned earlier, Yvonne left us a few years back in 2015. The culprit was breast cancer. Rest in peace, sweet Yvonne. You were a fine Batgirl. And please don't anyone think that I'm saying that she should have been paid less. I'm just arguing that Burt should have been paid more. Now, with that said, there was discussion of completely dropping Burt from the show after the second season. But that, my friends, is a topic for another day. Now it's your turn. Please let me know whether or not you think Burt Ward was treated fairly on Batman. And if you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate a thumbs up. And I would be honored if you would consider subscribing to my channel. I talk about music, movies, and mostly TV from decades gone by. You know, the good stuff. But most importantly, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Oh, I almost forgot. Whether or not Burt felt bad about the pay discrepancy back when he was making Batman, he did not let it affect the way that he felt for Yvonne. At the time of her death in 2015, he said this: "Yvonne was a dear friend and a wonderful actress to work with. We had a great time on Batman. We were friends. She got along great with Adam and myself and everybody else. She was a delightful person with a sparkling personality. She had an energy and a brightness to her that was just uplifting." Well said, Boy Wonder. Well said.